All mine. You are all mine. Your lip, your hair, your body, it's all mine. Lying on your bed with your medium lengthened hair spread all over the mattress, you feel a buzz tingling along your body. You look beside you and notice that your phone is ringing. You lazily stretch your arms out to reach for the phone and successfully bring the phone closer with the tips of your finger and grab it, smiling at your victory. You look at the phone and notice that your best friend and only friend is calling you. He usually never calls at this time because he would be at the part time job that he chose to do for extra credit for a university. You happily answer once you notice the caller ID that
Hey, I need to come over. I have something to talk to you about.
Jungkook says through the line. You hear a few voices in the background but ignore it. Don't you have school? You sit up legs crossed.
Something happened. I just need to talk to you. I'll be over there soon.
Alright, I guess. See you. Your tone is confused, but you're just worried now. It wasn't his usual deep voice. He sounded nervous, or at least you think he did. Well, I guess he's coming over. You sigh. Now you actually have to get out of the bed. I was comfortable. Damn. You stand up on the tip of your toes and let your arms swing back and forth as you yawn, stretching your body. You walk over to the mirror and observe the messy state you are in from lying on the bed almost all day. You admire how your hair could possibly shape itself to look like a bird's nest. It's just getting fun to wake up every morning and see what you look like after hours of slumber. You definitely don't look like a human. On the mirror, a photo of you and your best friend sticks in frame. Why do you still have that there? It gives you memories of the friendship you once had, one that will never come back. That friend was called Soyeon. You miss her but hate her at the same time. You were friends for the longest time, the best time. Unfortunately to her, it wasn't special enough. She chose popularity over you after starting senior year. Although you miss her, you will never be able to forgive her even if she ever decides to own up to it. That's when you met the amazing Jeon Jungkook. He is your best friend now. That day, Seon had publicly, in front of everyone in the cafeteria, thrown your friendship away. To avoid embarrassment, you walked out without a word. You walked out into the hall and let your tears flow until there weren't anyone left. Jungkook was one of the many who witnessed how Seon ended your friendship. She ended it with her dumb excuse, which was trying to find people who suit her more. He followed you to the hallway and just embraced you in his arms, despite the fact that you didn't know him at all before that. You remember being confused and slightly pushing him away, looking at him confused. All he did was give you a smile and say, just to make you feel better. Ever since then, you have grown closer than ever, growing to be the closest friends. Maybe even closer than you and Seon were. When Jungkook is here, your mom yells from the kitchen, snapping out of the bittersweet memory. You grab the photo and rip it in half, tossing it out quickly before heading for the door. Before leaving your mom, you glance at the mirror one last time. Should I change? You mumble to yourself. But then, at too lazy, you smile to reassure yourself and leave the room that you have been locking yourself in for half of the day. Your mom gives you a disapproving look as you walk into the kitchen. You roll your eyes, knowing that it has something to do with the fact that you look like you come out of a cave. Whatever you say, Jungkook turns around in the high chair. He had been eating something your mom made since she adores him.
Ouch!
He mumbles while stabbing a piece of fruit on his fork. You look like a troll, he added with a slight smile. You smile back sarcastically, still slightly annoyed that he get out of your comfortable spot. Don't don't go feeling too special yourself. You say, still giving a fake smile. You go to sit in the chair next to him. Did you go to work today? You ask as you steal a piece of fruit from his bowl, but he pokes your finger with his fork. Hey, you whine, giving him a light slap on his arm.
Who gave you permission?
His mouth turning into a slight grin as he eats another piece of fruit. It's literally a piece of fruit, Jungkook. You whine, quickly grabbed one out of his bowl. When stop being immature and leave the poor boy alone, said Mom, stands on the other side of the counter while drying her hands with an orange cloth. Thanks for being my mom. She didn't even make you a bowl of fruit. She just looks at you with a death stare, a very intimidating one. After you go quiet, She smiles at Jungkook and turns around to continue washing the dishes. You turn your head away from your mom to look at Jungkook, who stabs a bright red strawberry with his fork and looks at you. Magic word, he says with his annoying evil grin. You squint your eyebrows. I would rather starve. Looking away from his face, which you really want to smack, as you wish in the corner of your eye you see him smirk. You don't love him a lot, but he is also the brother you never had, so naturally he is annoying, very, very annoying. You both tease each other through, and you both know it's a joke. It never means anything personal. Can you answer my question though? You say softly, forcing a sweet smile. So he actually answers rather than make you say the magic word. He smiles before speaking and points the fork at you with the bright red strawberry still on it. You pull it off and take a bite out of it. There's his sweet side. No, I didn't go to work today. He answers back to the question you asked before he stabbed a fork into your finger. You look back at him a little confused as he usually works on Saturdays, so you asked another question. Why did you already get fired? You teasingly ask. No, I wasn't sent home after something came up. He looks at you, giving with a cautious expression. Something was that bad that you had to be sent home, you mumble, knowing that he cares a lot about reputation and grades, so he wouldn't do so easily leave the job. Yeah, I got sent home because my roommates got us kicked out of our apartment, so I had to go to get my stuff, he says casually, chewing on his fruit salad that he's eating so slowly. You were about to reach, but your mom beat you to it and gasps, oh my god, that's awful. It is. I never thought something like this could happen to me. What got you kicked out? You ask, feeling hurt for him. You know how they are, Ryan. It's 6 boys in a small apartment, and this was our third strike already, he says with a soft voice yet sounding anxious. I figured it was probably because he had no idea what to do next. Did you come here to ease the stress a little? You keep asking questions instead of dramatically reacting, which would make him feel worse. Why? And remember the day we were at our usual spot in the playground? He asks, not waiting for a response. He continues. It was the second month of our friendship, and you told me that you owed me for making high school better for you, that you owed me for being there when Suyeon ended your friendship. You tilt your head in confusion, not because you didn't remember, but because you didn't know why he brought all of a sudden. Well, you still owe me, he says while picking at the last two pieces of fruit, not facing you. Do I need to help you get a girl or something? You ask, still confused. I mean, that's the most obvious reason. What else could be it right now? And you realize, at a crisis like this, why else would he be coming your house? To relax, he needs a place to stay. You breathe in, hoping that has nothing to do with the favor he might ask you at this moment. Please, Van, please. He starts pleading. We need your house. You guessed right. Unfortunately, he can't go anywhere else. You and your mom are the only ones living in this ridiculously sized house. You were about to say something when your mom once again butts in. Well, why not? I don't see a problem with it. Well, fuck. Jungkook's expression brightens at your mom's response, unlike you, frowning to you, mom, in a very intense way. No, you say, looking at your mom. You see Jungkook arch his back at your disappointing answer. Why not? I am leaving next week to go to Seoul for 3 months, Ryan. It would be too hard on you to be alone for that long. Your mom defends her side and you just pinch the bridge of your nose. Oh yes, solve that by showing 7 men in the house with me. You and knowing what you said made the most sense. I have never even met them. You look over at Jungkook, who looks like he's on the brink of a panic attack. There has to be another way. I don't think so. It's hard to get a place so last minute. He answers, taking his phone out to begin texting his friends. You really hate seeing him like this and started reconsidering that they are Jungkook's friends. How bad could they be? And you did owe him with something. He's the reason why high school wasn't a total mess. You look at him once again and think of what a bad friend you are for not saying yes straight away. After all he has sacrificed for you the last couple of years. Fine, you say softly, making your mom chuckle and Jungkook to look over you with his mouth slightly open. When my mom leaves our soul, we can share the house. You look at him with a slight smile. He smiles back, the happiness bouncing off his dark eyes. As your mom reacts and goes over to hug and give you kisses on the cheeks, Jungkook keeps smiling. Thank you, he mouths as your mom keeps squeezing you. Okay, geez, we get it. You giggle as you shake your mom off. She smiles at you. Jungkook, she Welcome to our home. If anything happens to her, I'm suing you. You smile to yourself, feeling proud for some reason. I should go tell the boys the good news, he says, happily jumping out of his chair. Thank you, Mrs. Kim, again. Your mom nods to him. You stand up to follow him. He turns around to tell you to stay, but you don't let him. I did it to get fresh air, not for you, you smirk. I told you not to go, feeling so special. He rolls his eyes in response as you stand by the door frame waiting for him to enter his car. He pulls you into a warm embrace instead out of now here. Thank you, Ryan. Even though you said no at first, asshole, he grins. You lift your hand off his back and smacks the spot. He whines and you smile in satisfaction. Get back safely, you say while smiling. He breaks the hug and goes into the car, driving off. Right when his car drives away, your smile turns into a frown, realizing that by next week, seven boys will be sharing the same house as you. That was quick. You hear your mom calling for you, snapping out of your sudden thoughts. You close the door and head back into the kitchen. Yeah, you mumble sitting back into the high chair. You look up at her. Are you still friends with that Sion girl? She asks all of a sudden, looking down at something, but you can't tell what it is since she's holding it behind a stack of newly cleaned dishes. No, she sucked, you say as you fiddle your finger. Why? What's wrong, you add? I don't know if this is old or she is missing you, but she stops, then reveals what the stack of dishes were hiding. A white letter written on the back was Sion's name. It was addressed to you. You groan. I can't do this today. She came by early morning, tears in her eyes. She said nothing but mumbled your name. She says that, handing you the paper. You take it but don't react because you don't know how to. You have never spoken since she told you that she didn't want to be friends. I'm gonna get ready for work. She sighs and leaves the kitchen. You don't want to open the letter. You don't want any interaction with her. You look at the letter and tell yourself not to open it. You just can't. You go back into your room and crumble it up, throwing it out into the trash can. You go to sit on the foot of your bed, legs crossed. What is Sion getting herself into? Is all you see, staring into the mirror of your makeup table in front of your bed. You shake your head and lay back down on your own bed, staring at the ceiling and just letting your thoughts take over. You feel a buzz on your mattress, the same buzz your body felt this morning. Is it Sion or Jungkook? You bite your bottom lip, holding it isn't Sion. Hello, this is Ryan. An unfamiliar voice speaks. Yeah, this is she. You respond, cautious. We just wanted to thank you for letting us into your home. You have no idea how much we appreciate it, the kind smile says. And you smile. They aren't that bad. Well, it's the least I could do. I'm Park Jimin, by the way. Jungkook gave me your phone number. He reassures you. Hello, Park Jimin, you say. Hi, he chuckles through the phone and tell her I'm here too. You hear another voice. Oh yeah, the other guy are on the line. Hi Ryan, they all say almost at the same time, which terrifies you. Well, see you soon. The first voice you spoke to then adds thanks again, and then he hangs up. After the sweet call with Jungkook's friends, you get a text from him saying that they have planned to come over on the Saturday of the week. Saturday will be the day Jungkook and his friends will move in. That's terrifying. You huff and fall backwards, your head hitting the surface of your pillow. Your hair disseminates across your mattress, looking like dead grass progressively growing under you. You stare at your ceiling lamp. This is too much, you mumble. Your mind starts to give up on you. Your lids getting heavy and you struggle to keep them open. Then everything goes black and you drift off to dreamland. A ringing starts to alert your mind. This ringtone is starting to give you PTSD at this point. You groan and reach for your phone, getting out of your comfortable state yet again. This seems familiar. You grab the phone that won't shut up. It's been yelling the whole day. You turn it off, squinting your eyes at the bright screen until you can make the time written on it. It's 5 in the evening. Damn it, you slept the whole day by accident and you barely did anything. You just laid in the bed all day. You guessed your brain had too much at one go that you were mentally exhausted. Jungkook's name again flashes on your screen. You have out a sigh and pick up the phone to your ear. Should you wait till Monday to ruin him or get it over with now? You sit up to begin speaking to him. What? You say coldly. I am bringing the boys over, he says with a casual voice. You can hear faint mumbles of masculine voices. His roommates are with him. No, you're not Jungkook, you sternly says as you massage your back of your neck. Jungkook is really pressing your buttons today. Unfortunately for you, I am. We're outside the house, he mumbles, thinking you couldn't hear him, but you so clearly could. What do you mean you're outside? You begin to panic into the phone. Well, you got my mom's home. You lie. She's still at work. She's always at work all day. When I'm not an idiot besides you. Need to meet the boys before they move in with you, he says calmly. But he has a point. 6 boys that you don't know at all are gonna live with you for 3 months while your mom is away. It's probably a good idea to get to know them. You inhale and blow your baby hairs away from your forehead. I'm coming down. You then realize that you just got out of bed. You look awful, and this is maybe not how you want to make an impression on them. Not that you care too much, but for the sake of your dignity. You don't change though, you just wear a white hoodie over your pajamas, you brush out your hair and wash your face. You decide to change out of your Disney princess pajama pants last minute. Maybe you can show them off after you have gotten used to them a little longer. You pick out regular sweatpants that match your hoodie and smile at the comfort they have gifted you as you slide them up your legs. You run down the stairs and walk up to the front door, unlocking it and slowly pulling it in to open it. You first see Jungkook, but instantly the other six gathered behind him, big smiles on their faces. Thanks for letting us come last minute. Jungkook gives you a quick hug while you just awkwardly stand there. I didn't, but okay, you respond quietly. Once he breaks off, you lead them all into the living room. Take a seat. I guess you're more nervous than you are pissed at Jungkook for just showing up with no warning at all. They thank you before they all gathered around the couches, some of them sitting on the chairs and one of them sitting on the carpet. As they get settled, you noticed how unbelievably attractive they each are. All 7 of them are so pretty to look at. Another thing you didn't expect is the color of their hair. It's different, but eye-catching. It would also work in your favor to tell them apart easily while you are getting to know them. I spoke to you earlier today, is all that slips out of your mouth. They stare at you for a while, all smiling at you. Jungkook goes to stand up by you. Yeah, they wanted to personally thank you, he says to you. She's prettier than you said she was. One of the guys speak up. You glare at Jungkook, who just guiltily laughs. Who wants to introduce themselves? He changed the subject. The man whose hair is a pretty dark brown, broad shoulders and bow-shaped lips stands up first to shake your hand. Hello, I'm Jin, he says, gifting you a precious smile. Hi Jin, you smile back then look around at the boys. After a good glance, you look back at him. I guess you're the first really pretty girl they have seen. You kind of got them off guard, he says, giving you a friendly wink. You giggle. Seems like a sweet guy. Looks like you have got it from here. Jungkook smiles and walks over to sit by them. I'm Yoongi, a slightly raspy voice starts. You tilt your body to reveal where the voice came from because Jin's body was hiding it. Oh, hello Yoongi, you smile. He gave a quick slight smile back, crossed his arms and laid his back to the rest on the couch. He had soft gorgeous hair, a pretty Kian color. He isn't that friendly. Well, at least not that quick. He'll warm up to you sooner or later. Jin whispers slightly as you both look at his adorable face, still while he rests. As for the rest of the boys, no specific warning I would need to give you, he says, squinting his eyes as his mind thinks. Warnings? You ask, nervously laughing. That's the best way you could put it, he shrugs. Well, who else is there to meet? You see that redhead right there? Who is giving a big smile to Jungkook. His finger points indicate who he is talking about, even though it isn't necessary because each of them stands out thanks to their hair colors. Yeah, is all you say, waiting for him to continue. He might give off the impression that he's a little intimidating, but he's actually a very good guy. I think you would both end up really liking each other. As you admire him, you notice how perfectly he was made. Sharp facial features, a prominent jaw, and a smile that could light up a room. You nod in confirmation that you're still listening to him for him to continue on. Well, the redhead name is Taeyang or Tae, whichever one you prefer. Thank you, mumble to yourself to memorize it. Hopefully you won't forget all of them by the end. You're kind of mesmerized by how special they seem so far. They aren't normal boys. You guys seem really okay to be around. You give him a reassuring smile. He lays his hand on your left shoulder. You both lean your head closer to each other to talk about one of them as they goof around and laugh. The one with the slivery purple hair is Namjoon. Very smart, mostly leads instead of follows, and has a very unique heart. Hosak is one with the black hair. At times he may be a little too energetic, but it's admirable. Lastly, we have Jimin. He is the one with the slightly curled blonde hair. He is the one who got your number. He is very caring person when he wants to be one. He smiles, gives you a nod, and walks over to the couch where. So the blonde one was the sweet voice that called. You look back at where Jungkook, the redhead, and the blondie are sitting. The blonde one notices you glancing. As he looks up at you, you smile and give a slight bow, but he blushes and looks away. Yeah, it's him.